Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you got to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect...
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, 884 Tuesdays. We've been talking about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And with me is the man about Twitch. He is Rizz Plays Games. He is the Rizz.
That's me.
It is.
I'm actually on the Mayhem Show today.
And that's where we're going to do our new drinking game instituted tonight. Join us if you'd like. Hope it's not a school night for you. Where every time that Rizz is trying to make a point and can't talk with his eyes open, you drink.
I'm just not going to say anything. It's going to be a horrible show.
It's for the video version. It's not in the audio. You can just use your imagination. I hope you're not driving.
Now I'm just going to stare at you like, Nikki Cross did on the hard cam.
As you do. Yeah, Nikki the Nikki Cross of the hard cam. And the Nikki Cross of the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Joining us again, Ronnie Starks.
What?
I don't know.
Well, hi.
Ronnie Starks back with us again. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
I don't know. I can't unpin the donate button for Extra Life from a few weeks ago. So go donate, I guess. I think you still can. Sure, why not?
You can still donate until the end of the year, I think.
Until the end of the year, yeah. Go support Lord Sorg, Brother Sorg. In the stream that we had, you can go back and watch the Facade and Julian J joining us, and Dutters and Rizz in studio. We were playing Party Animals and AEW Fight Forever mini games and things like that. So please drop into that. So, anyways, I thank you guys for joining us. We did have a scheduling miscommunication, I guess, with our guests for tonight, but that's okay. We got the crew here, and we got plenty of wrestling to chat about, and that's okay. But anyway, so let's first of all, I think most of us were watching Halloween Havoc with Becky Lynch and Valcura. What's her name again? Valkyrie. No, it's Valkyria. I think it is. Is it Wednesday? You know what that means? No, it's not Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? No, it's not Wednesday. It's not Wednesday.
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. I'm relatively certain it's Tuesday. Anyways, but Halloween Havoc. I'm so happy. I love Halloween episodes of anything really, especially wrestling. And NXT is like, as usual, just going balls to the wall. I love that Scarlett has something to do and gets to hang out with Shotzi. And they finally talked about their ghost hunting show on on the TV.
Watch this episode with Grayson Waller.
Oh yeah. Oh, I bet that's amazing. I bet that's amazing. Good for them. I love it. I love they're integrated. They're making content. Hopefully they can be the ghostly version of Up Up Down Down. So I haven't seen this show. It's on WWE's YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's not even a Peacock thing or anything like that. I'm glad that they're still doing some original content over there. But I'm sure if they push it, like, it could become a Peacock thing for sure. So what's it called again? Is it the never mind. If you go to their page over there, it's actually the fourth playlist down. Shotzi and Scarlett go on a ghost hunts in haunted destinations, tainting. And this is just there's not really a title to it.
I like how they're best friends.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, I feel like this is more of like Scarlett and Shotzi being like, "Oh, you like ghost hunting? Oh, I love ghost hunting. Oh, you like dressing up in costumes? I love dressing up in costumes." Like, it's just like, did we just become best friends? Yes. Yep.
That's definitely is that vibe. I think we saw the first. I think the first public or WWE style when they did the we talked about like last week or the week before, they did that music video a year ago with the one that sings with with the QTV over at AEW. So no, they're very cool. I need to add this to my playlist. Am I logged in? No, I'm logged in as AwesomeCast. That's not going to be helpful to me. So, anyways, that music video was pretty great. And adding to my watch list. Is this a watch list? Save playlist. There we go. Now it's in my YouTube account, so it'll bother me to watch it later. That might be a good one to watch. No, that's not a good one. That is not a good one to watch while I'm editing the show at 1 in the morning. No, we're not doing that. Missy doesn't like to watch spooky things at night, let alone this is the thing she wakes up to, while I'm watching, editing the show. So anyways, Halloween Havoc, we have new women's champion, Valcura, and we have a new tag team champions in ChaseU. ChaseU. He's making the hand sign for you guys on audio. So, I don't know. What do you, Ronnie? Were you watching Halloween? No, you were busy watching Halloween, Hocus Pocus in the theater.
I was, yeah. I went to go see Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, we could talk about it on Patreon. But, Rizz, you watched a little bit of Halloween Havoc. What are your vibes from it?
That was a really good show.
That was a really good show. I didn't even get to see the first half hour, but I caught the end of it, and that looked like a pretty bonkers match they had.
Yeah. And it actually builds up to next week too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like how it's not really a pay-per-view type situation, but there are storylines going through it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I couldn't get with like big shows for AEW was because it just felt like they were just matches.
Mm-hmm. It was just another AEW.
Yeah. These have storylines, like with Trick Williams, who beat up Trick Williams. I don't think it was Mello. By the way, I think they're kind of giving you the carrot, and it might be Mello, but it might not be Mello. I'm starting to lean towards that.
The mystery. I mean, either way, like, forever, what we like and don't like about these promotions. WWE is the best storytelling, right? Yes. And that includes their NXT show.
That includes. I'm honestly saying that NXT is the best storytelling.
Well, we talked about this last week with a good stupid drama, right?
Yeah,
and that's exactly what it is. And this was actually just good drama tonight, for the most part.
I mean, you had Italians get beat by somebody pretending they're in college. That's a vision that Vince McMahon could never dream of, and like Triple H and Shawn made it work.
I didn't even catch the tag team battle while they mentioned it, and it was just like, what? And I'm seeing it in text here. The Bada Bing Bada Boom Tag Team Battle Royal is how they got the title shot last week. which is something that I think Cody Rhodes helped plan or something while he was commissioner for the one week. So, jeez, I love it. I love they're bringing back Halloween Havoc. I love what they did with No Mercy. NXT is like I feel like there's just a bunch of us sitting there doing the production over there, and they're obfuscated from whatever the main is doing, and they're just like, I feel like they can just get away with more fun stuff down there.
You know how it feels like it's like that because they brought back those stairs stipulation.
Oh, tables, ladders, and stairs.
Yes.
Yes.
Not chairs, stairs. Like,
That's funny.
That is something we would probably come up with.
They if they keep doing Halloween Havoc every year, they need to bring the blow up back. The blow up
Giant
pumpkin.
skull.
Well, they're not
Yeah.
again. So they have sponsorships with Slim Jim again. I'm surprised they didn't roll that into this, like the
Holy
good old
shit.
days, right? Like, remember when the posts were Slim Jims?
Yeah. They need to bring it back
Yes.
immediately.
Yes. Well,
This is what I want for 2024. You will return the blow up pumpkin that has a Slim Jim logo on it, and you will fucking like it, WWE.
Yes.
You're bringing it back.
make it happen. Make the Halloween Havoc Slim Jims happen, man.
Mhm.
I mean, you can roll LA Knight into that since he's a sponsor. Is it LA Knight? Isn't somebody else on that too? Like Shotzi or something. Actually, it makes a lot of sense to put Shotzi in there. That'd be a lot of fun.
I think Shotzi didn't win the Slim Jim Battle Royal. I'm just going to point that out there. She is not the official Slim Jim sponsor.
Man.
LA Knight is.
Yes.
Yeah.
'Cause he fought for it.
I love he won that, and then they showed the commercial directly after with him in it. I'm like, hey, wait a minute,
second.
wait
Well,
a tick.
No, they probably had one for each wrestler that
Sure.
was in that match.
Whatever you say.
They're doing a House of Horrors with the Metaphor. Really? I haven't seen the lineup. I'm just kind of like taking it. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
Geez.
They're called the Metaphor.
The Metaphor. Yeah,
Did you see the segment?
Metaphor.
No.
Did you see the segment, Sorg?
I saw him kind of in passing while I was working on things. So, like, tell me what I'm missing here.
So
Riz, just get excited about Metaphor in NXT for me.
no,
for a
I'm
minute.
not. Metaphor. I'm glad they're doing things. Blah 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 blah. Blah. But Akira Tozawa, Akira Tozawa is stealing the trophy, and then posting it online. Mwah. Perfection. Like his past 2 days, his past week,
He challenged Bronson Reed last night.
and it was a really good match.
It was.
Like it was a match that he wasn't gonna win because let's be real, WWE doesn't really do small guys versus big guys too often, but for that type of match, it was a really good squashy match. And then come to this week, they're building up to a storyline between Tozawa and Noam Dar, which is going to be pretty damn good. Like just having those two go at it. I really wish Akira Tozawa won a match, like in that tournament.
Who would have thought that Shawn Michaels would have been such a creative mind? You know, I mean, like I can't think of anything in the history of like Shawn Michaels being attached to creative, right? And here he is on NXT, just kill like he's the head, right?
I can think of one time he was, and that didn't really turn out too well.
You're talking about the Hulk Hogan angle?
Maybe that. Okay, two times.
What's the other thing you're thinking of?
Montreal.
Oh, I don't. Well, I mean, that's.
Oh, he had nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no.
Yeah,
Not at all.
Nothing to do with that at all.
No.
Not at all, video
and-
people.
And Earl Hebner didn't run to his car after the match, so he wasn't getting his ass kicked.
No. But if you would like a take on that, you can check out the Montreal Theory, a part of IndieWrestling.network. So, oh, geez.
Nice plug
Anything
there,
else? Anything else from Halloween Havoc from tonight? Again, the reign of Becky Lynch. I think it has a nice little run to kind of pop the NXT, get some eyeballs on it. I think it's very smart. They're. I mean, and again, this is a big company that can leverage these things, and has the infrastructure to do these kinds of things. We had the NXT champions tonight, Chelsea and Piper. So they're going to defend the championship next week against who are they bugging out there?
Thea and the other one.
Thea and the other one. Thank you for that.
I forgot what her name is.
Jeez.
Shoot. I just know
the ChaseU, JC Jane.
Yeah.
Thea Hale and JC Jane.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, there you go. Bianca. Oh, by the way, Bianca was the one on the Slim Jim ads with LA Knight, and HBK hopefully listens to others with creative ideas. And again, yeah, like he's the head guy, but but at least. And I don't know, is Road Dogg down there still? I thought he moved on or left WWE for a bit or something like that. I don't know if he's floating around. It's still wild to me.
I thought he left WWE and then came back.
Yeah, like a minute later.
AEW didn't really want him.
I think he was asked back because they were about to do another reunion for one of the one of the specials or something like that. So,
Also, I know he listens to the show.
Oh, well, I don't know if he listens to the show, but he definitely reads the tweets we tag him in.
Yeah,
or something. So, yeah, there was that.
So pretty much when we post this, like us talking about him, he's going to retweet it and talk about it.
Yeah, we'll see if I pull it. We'll see if I pull it or not. So I'm trying to see what his latest thing is. He last appeared on WWE in January 23rd at the 30th anniversary show. So he's EVP of live events now. So he's more is that live events planning or creative? I wonder. So I don't know what that. But
is
that
he
the
new Borash?
Yeah. Oh God, I keep forgetting Borash worked for them. There's
he's still there.
I don't know. I
think
haven't
he's
heard
there.
about it for a while. I mean, look up Jeremy Borash.
I'm on it.
But I think Jeff Jarrett is EVP of the I have not rescued the Roomba from this morning that got stuck under the desk. So if you hear that in the background, it's letting me know I need to plug it back in. It's the please rescue me tone. But I think Jeff Jarrett is in a similar position at AEW. I know he's a live events guy, like an EVP of or something like that. So I'm curious, looking up. It says WWE 2018 to present. So part of that match of the year. Barrage's current title is Senior Director of Content and Development, working directly with Shawn Michaels on the NXT brand. So,
he's still in WWE.
Yeah, good for him.
Good for him. He gets to stay in like Florida and like work there.
Good. Long way from the one gathering where everybody just chanted Justin Bieber at him.
I just remember Mad Mike's. I think he was the one who, or either you or Mike mentioned at one of the TNA house shows. It was just him doing the ring announcing.
Oh yeah, he was doing everything
and running. Yeah, and running the music through his phone.
Yep. I think both of us witnessed that actually. Well, the Fink was kind of the same thing at live events too. Because he would do like the whole, he wasn't do the music and stuff. They at least had somebody for that. So, but like it was like that level. It was like this is just like an indie show. What the hell's going on here? It's very strange. Borash is the one that I met when he was at the gathering. I ran into him and talked to him briefly in the line for a pizza stand. So at one of the fair things they had set up there. So that was my brush with Borash. Anyways, geez. Okay, that's enough of that. Hey, guys, let's give a shout-out to our friends out on Patreon. But, of course, if you guys want to have, if you want to, who do you want to figure out who's still with WWE? What do you think of the NXT creative Halloween Havoc and everything? Hit us up at that email address.
Good times.
Good
times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. We'll talk about that in a second, Tina. We will be talking about, we should talk about TNA. We should talk about this CD that I have here. The WrestleMania the Album. We'll get to that in a minute as well. What's that? What's that, Ronnie?
I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, and of course, Good Times Wrestling Mayhem Show. We're live about every Tuesday at 10 p.m. After the NXT overrun, it was about 10:15 tonight, and we had that stream as soon as we saw them go into copyright. So, and of course, thank you to our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. Our friends at the fan of the show level, Bo Diggity. Woo! As well as Ed Burke, Team Amethyst, and Bobby F. J. Town. Our friends at the Poppy Club level, Dave Prof Pop Bonner, spouse of Bruce Julia Affair at BruceJuliaAffair.com, and Rats in a Trench Coat, Tony Kincaid. How's your balls? Tony Kincaid got, by the way, got a stunner from Jesse Bell Smothers 2 weekends ago, we should mention. So he's healing up on that. He was on Top Rope Tabletop this weekend. Still a little sore, had to come in remote. Pizza Club level, our friends Doc Remedy, The Rizz, and Lance Fisher. And at the manager level, Bradley. You guys can support the show, too, at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. We often do a post-show where we do talk. Last week, Matt Carlins really dumped on everything he thought about the AEW scrum from Double or Nothing and the ones that he watches on TV. Of course, the one Double or Nothing, he was there in person, and he digs some dirt on what it's like to be there in person at the media scrum. If you want to check that out, that is exclusive to the Patreon supporters at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. As little as $1, you guys can watch that thing and get it. It is a dump about that and pro wrestling, quote unquote, journalism. I'm using the finger quotes. It was a really, really good. I think it's very cathartic for him. So I'm glad that we gave him a platform for that. And we'll see what else we have a chat with. Maybe we'll talk Hocus Pocus with Ronnie here after the show too. So, anyways, TNA's back, bitches.
Yeah.
I think, is that how we put it? Yeah, that's how Tina put it in the chat room.
It's not like we've been calling Impact Wrestling TNA for quite some time.
Right? So they changed the name, I think, upon, I was reading, because I thought it was a lot further back ago. It was a 2017, and when Anthem purchased them, they made it the Impact Wrestling. According to what I was reading, it didn't seem like my Mandela effect brain did not think that's what happened.
I could have sworn like Global Force took it over in like 2000,
something like that. Yeah, like that kind of shit, right? So, and they talked about. I don't know if did you guys see the video that they played at the end of the pay-per-view? The everybody walking to the lake, presumably of reincarnation. Apparently, they put the essence of TNA in a locker at the bottom of the lake. So Kaz did some spelunking and got it out. No, I thought that was cool. There was a lot of they definitely hit the member berries with the stuff. My only issue is, and we were I think we were looking at Mikey Montgomery pulled up the press release when they were in here for Top Rope Tabletop. And he's like, this looks terrible. It does. Like the TNA Impact logo that they've been putting out there looks like it's the one they pulled from Photoshop in 2015. It has not been updated and looks like it, right? So back to the old colors, back to that. I think I heard a little Cross the Line in the promo kind of stuff. I think the Cross the Line song popped up. I would appreciate that. Not that I think that this stuff's been bad, with what they're doing. But I think it's been kind of a clean logo and everything. So, but they're bringing it back. Also, I did a lot of research. I keep forgetting this. I keep forgetting how Impact is not in danger of ever being canceled because Anthem owns Impact and Anthem also owns Access.
Of course.
Was not entirely aware of that. I did a deep dive on what exactly does Anthem own and what channels and things like that, right? And you would know because if you watch Bound for Glory, and I presume that these things are going to be on the episode on Thursday night from the taping the next day. Also, shout out to some friends of the show. Jen Doe sent a picture. I guess she got to work on the Impact show over the weekend. The Impact shows over the weekend, so that's awesome. We work with Jen a lot when we go out and do Warrior Wrestling, and she's been with me down when we've done WrestleCon in Dallas and things like that. So really, really awesome. Keep an eye out for her in-ring debut sooner or later. She's been training for a bit. So, But anyways, I was a big fan of that pay-per-view. Really glad I picked that up. The TNA announcement was good, but man, if nothing else, the Ospreay and Speedball match is worth the price alone. Definitely check that out. Or if you are a Impact Plus or YouTube member, I presume that's going to be up in about a month on there, so you can keep an eye out for that if you want to do it that way. But man, that is, if you have the opportunity to catch that show, it felt special. It felt pretty good. Got a little messy because that the Gauntlet is always a lot of weird debuts for Sonny Kiss, return of Matt Cardona. So those were pretty cool. Jordan Grace won the Gauntlet. The pick your shot, choose your shot, shoot your shot, whatever it is. Gauntlet. So like that was really cool. And then main event was good. Mickey James Trinity was great. So like one of the most, and I haven't picked up a Impact pay-per-view in about a year, and for no real reason other than just timeliness, right? But I still, of course, subscribe to the YouTube and try to catch the Impact Plus stuff whenever they do pop up. So definitely very, very cool there.
The only thing is with Cardona, I wish they kind of signed him, maybe not too long term, just like maybe a couple shows, because I heard that was just a one-time thing.
Call your shot, Gauntlet. Thank you for the correction there, Tina.
Yeah, call your shot. That's it.
Yes. No six-sided ring. That the word is no six-sided ring.
No six-sided ring. That thing shortens careers, man.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I mean, keep that down there in Mexico for that, okay? So that they can have that. But I mean, it's one of those things where it's like,
That's what TNA. That's what made TNA.
It's what made them different for sure. But obviously there was some functional problems. Like people are getting hurt. It's not a Ronnie. You're the only one trained as a wrestler here. Can you explain what the problem with the six-sided ring is to us out here?
Mostly when you're looking at it, how a ring is put together, there are metal framing put together, so they got to do it. They got to try to figure out ways to put it together that way, and then plus the wooden boards. Like, how are they going to place the wooden boards correctly? It's going to hurt. It's everything. You know how they talk about the corners are stiff? The whole thing is stiff. I went to a TNA show back in 25, and this is when they were touring. This was when AJ was still the heavyweight champion, and you can get in there and get a picture with the wrestlers. This was before I trained, and I got in the six-sided ring, and that thing was tough. It was like stiff. So I would not suggest bumping in a six-sided ring.
No. Like, is it? I mean, the boards. Like the boards are. I love to see the board configuration. I'm trying to find.
I don't know, man. It doesn't look safe.
Yeah.
At all.
No, like now I think about it, it's kind of like it would be like just this way and like
or
it's totally different.
Like, or is it just the boards are cut in a different way? Like, what is that? I'm trying to think of these. Are there any matches where they like rip the canvas off or something like that?
I've never seen them rip the canvas off.
Like, I don't remember them ever doing that either. No. Maybe there could be one out there. Who knows? So they said the ropes were harder as well because you got more angles for it to kind of pull on, I guess. So generally it was a harder ring to deal with. So that led to I think the wrestlers didn't feel comfortable in it. It was a matter of I think there were more injuries supposedly led to this. So I could see them bringing it back every once in a while for like maybe some throwback shows or something like that.
A special occasion.
And I think they've done that in recent years too. So like I think I appreciate that, but definitely I understand it not being an every week kind of thing. So because I mean there's a lot of translation, I mean that's got to also mess with your awareness, right? Your ring awareness a little bit if you're on something like that. I mean, how much, like Ronnie, how much does it affect a wrestler going from like a 20-foot to a 16-foot ring?
Oh, a lot.
Because your timing and your pacing and your steps are all different, right?
Basically, when you're hitting the ropes, 1, 2, 3 turn, 1, 2, 3 turn.
Mhm.
But if you're getting a bigger ring, you got 4 or 5 steps to get
Mhm.
to where you need to be,
Mhm.
and it makes it weird.
Mhm.
You know, you're trying to figure out how you're pacing, how to
Mhm.
figure it out correctly without hurting yourself. And
When I see the guys getting in there and kind of warming up and they're hitting the ropes like that, that's what they're figuring out, right? They're trying to figure
Yeah.
out the size and the pacing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. And I know, in feeling the ropes, feeling the mat, knowing what they're going to deal with for the night. So I know. We've seen some certain flippy friends of the show do a lot of rope checking before their shows. So we've all seen it. That work these. So it's and that's that's good. You're not walking in. You're like, oh man, the ropes are bullshit, and
Mhm.
whatever. You don't. Then you turn into like Sabu that falls off the ropes half the time. So much respect.
if them ropes are loose, they better tighten them or don't go in the back of that ring.
Yep, exactly.
Don't fuck with it.
Do not fuck with it. So looking forward. So generally, we're looking forward to TNA. It's starting at Hard to Kill in January,
Yes.
I think.
Sure. Yeah.
So excited. I mean, it's just a brand change. I don't know if it's really going to change much of the attitude or anything like that. The belts will get obviously updated.
Mhm.
It's being labeled as a let's just wrap up all the weird branding that's happened over the last 5 years and go back home. And I think that's appropriate. I think that's fine.
Yeah,
I think that's
and-
great.
First of all, never forget the owl. Okay.
Fuck that.
Never
is
forget
the
the
worst.
owl.
Come on.
Fuck the owl.
Fuck the owl. Fuck the owl. But the owl does still own TNA, so let's be honest. But they don't have to put it on the damn turnbuckles anymore. I do still have the
God.
Fuck That Owl t-shirt at the bottom of my door. I pull out every once in a while. I'm like, not today. Not today, baby.
But I think this is actually one of the things I think we were talking about it on either the Facebook page or the Twitter page when I saw it on the Mayhem show feed. Between what if you look at it, it's AEW and WWE bickering fans, bullshit fans, going back and forth about nonsensical shit. Below that, right now, is the NWA, which is there. Impact or TNA now has the opportunity to be just like in the middle.
Yeah.
They have great wrestlers. They have good storytelling. They have Joe Hendry.
Oh my gosh, they got Joe Hendry. Yes.
But in the spot of it,
they're
already there, and they can do some noise now. They can make some noise now, and that's coming from someone who got blocked by the TNA Ustream page back in the day during the after shows.
Wait, you got blocked by them?
Mad Mike and I? Oh yes.
On the Ustream?
On
Wait, I don't remember the Ustream part.
They did like a post. I think it was either every Impact or every pay-per-view. And I think this was during the Hulk Hogan time.
Okay.
Like
Oh
this
God.
Hulk Hogan
Oh
time.
no.
And it was just like, yeah, we're just gonna bullshit and go on this and fuck around. And we did, and we both got, I think we got suspended from.
I love we
that
go from
site,
members of the show
that.
being suspended to like me working on their Twitch stream and getting a shout out from Josh Matthews.
Oh, Josh Matthews also blocked Mad Mike.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I know. I know. Jeez. Borash would host those, says TNG remembers those. So, hey, what's up, the BC Steel in the chat room? We still need to do our BC Steel and Tony Kincaid team up episode, by the way, because we got to get these kids together.
That'd be money.
What's that?
That would be money.
That would be money. Yeah.
Have they ever met before?
They've been interacting on social media. I don't think they've met in person yet.
I think it's time.
But this needs to happen. This needs to happen. Do we need to do that? Are we sure it's not just the Valentine's Day show?
Remember,
no, it needs to happen.
Also,
remember what we did with like what was it, spaghetti and referees or whatever the hell it was? We need to have that just with BC and and Kincaid.
We should do an announcer one. But I gotta throw like Dombrowski in there too. So like I don't know, like man, I got so many, and well, no, because like BC and Tony are of a certain cloth. I think that pairs a little bit differently. Like if I did an announcers and what do I do? Announcers and arugula maybe could be the show.
Arugula.
Sorry, we were talking about Serpentico over the weekend. So I mean, I would think that would be maybe Dombrowski, LaMotta, and I don't know, like and Doc. Like that would be my like perfect Pittsburgh, lead announcer kind of deal. So antipasto with announcers, Alfredo with announcers. You're welcome. Oh man, we should bring those back. Shit, we should bring those back. Yeah. That reminds me, I need to.
You can still see them on IndieWrestling.us.
And I need to bring back the ladies to take the name instead of women with waffles. It needs to be the bitches with bacon, which is what I didn't want to call it out of respect to them. And they all showed up and says, you should have called this bitches with bacon. And I was like, okay, then we'll do
now it's officially bitches with bacon.
Yeah. So next time I invite Arquette, Ziggy, and Badger or some other similar configuration, we'll call it with bitches with bacon. So by request, I will put a little asterisk, not my idea. So
it was me.
Yes.
I'll take the heat. It'll be.
Take the heat. Ronnie usually takes the heat. If there's anything wrong with the show, I'm going to send him to Ronnie.
Yeah, that's fine. And I'll just tell him to fuck off.
There you go. Heat magnet.
Do what you do with 880, Sorg. Just blame me.
Just blame you? Why were we blaming you at 880? I don't remember that.
I say it all the time. It's fine.
Oh my God, we should talk about that show in a little bit too. So no, TNA's back. Bound for Glory is amazing. Keep it on that show. I am really enjoying. I'm just appreciating lately because again, talking about I've been doing the AEW Plus, which has just been a dream to watch AEW. But I'm also a reason that I also have not realized when I've been watching Impact on YouTube, I'm also not going to picture-in-picture and getting the full matches on these things. So like I feel like I have like the pro wrestling cheat code right now, and I want, and I'm really hoping when they come back to USA with SmackDown that Peacock will get live streams of the shows with the picture-in-picture full screen. I really, really hope so.
Didn't they try that?
That's my dream.
The WWE Network.
It wasn't on the network. It was on their YouTube channel. Remember, you would tune into the YouTube channel, and they go live with what was happening off air.
Yeah. Okay, that's right. Because we get notifications every time they go to commercial.
It was through the app. It wasn't a network yet, but it was through the app. It was
through their app.
It was like 2010 or something like that when they did this. Oh, somebody figure out what that is. Research department, get on that. That's
us.
That is us now because our research department is on maternity leave. So, by the way, because I really should have said this at the top of the show. Congratulations to Mad Mike. It's on Twitter, so I think I can share this. Congratulations to Mad Mike and the Mad Baby. I don't think I should say the name on the show, but you will notice that Mad Mike's Twitter profile has changed to Dad Mike 10/18/23, which I think is the birth date. And look at that. Look at that. The little baby. And look, Mike's just playing his Switch. He's okay. He's played Super Mario Wonder, so he's good to go there. So just checking in on him. So we're going to do a Dad Mike check-in here every week here, I think, as much as we can. So
that reminds me of another thing we did for Twitter that kind of fucked everything up.
Baby Harvey brand.
Yeah, Baby Harvey.
Yeah, they probably weren't happy about that. I'm glad that we're on better terms with the Hardys at this point.
Yes. So. Are we?
Are
we?
Yeah, no.
Are they coming on the show or something?
No. I mean, I chatted with them several years ago, but
Hey, we can't afford Jeff.
It was mostly because of the Rebby stuff, but
That's true.
No.
Let's fuck that out, Sorg.
Yeah, fuck that out. Anyways, what do we do now? Hey, speaking of all the fun stuff that we have going on, including 880 Wrestling, Top Rope Tabletop, you can check it all out at indiawrestling.us. IndieWrestling.network, Top Rope Tabletop, and the 880 Wrestling are free over at the Indie Wrestling Network. And we do have, if you missed them, RWA's Bloody Harvest, including the return of Jesse Bell Smothers. You can see Tony Kincaid get kablammed for yourself there, and as well as the reuniting of Beastman and Honey Badger, the new RWA Tag Team Champions, taking out the runway. And you can see that match and how that went down. That one's actually free. The pre-show is floating around there on the YouTube if you want to go check that out. And, of course, VCW's Go Big or Go Home. Actually, Beastman had a really big weekend because he also picked up the VCW Championship over Remy. See how that happened. See how friend of the show, Eamon, got involved and got into the face of David Lawless on this show. I broke that news to his mother last week. Sorry about that.
Hey, don't lie, Sorg. No,
I won't.
No,
No,
you're not.
listen. We got to hang out with Eamon and Merlin and Eamon's mother, who's in town for the week, hanging out up from Texas. And I haven't seen the woman in 10 years and catching up. And I was like, hey, I'm really proud of your son getting involved in the wrestling and getting in the ring and being a commissioner. And then I just get this like, yeah, we haven't talked about that. It's just like, oh. So,
I bet she looked all shocked. She was like,
she was just like, oh, you're doing what now? She has not seen his performances, will not go to a wrestling show, is not a little bit interested in wrestling. So it was a really, I'm just going to put the kid over. The kid, he's like 26 or something. But
he was a kid when we saw him.
I know, right? He'll always be a kid to us, right?
He'll always be our Wessel fan.
A Wessel fan. I'm sure he's loving that. Somebody tag him on this one. No, but that was kind of fun to kind of break that and have that awkward conversation with his mother. But no, it was good. It was good. And no, I seriously very, and I don't think I talked about this last week. I am very proud to see Eamon, come from that like 14-year-old whatever kid that was on this show to like knows everybody in wrestling. Did like 3 jobs at VCW 2 weeks ago, and is just like the pitch-in guy down there at VCW. Like that, I'm so happy to see that he's been integrated into greater Pittsburgh wrestling, because technically it's West Virginia. But still, it's nice to see.
Jason.
It's nice to see. They've been here a year, and I think they've acclimated nicely to Pittsburgh and our wrestling scene. So, and that was what I did. It's just like, well, we're just going to make sure you feel comfortable here. It's what we do. Hi, welcome to my life. How would you like to be involved in pro wrestling? Rizz? Rizz?
Answer the question, Riz.
Is the first example. It's more like, Rizz, can you do this? And he's like, I'm like, all right, come on.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think I've ever I've barely said no to you, Sorg.
You've told me you felt uncomfortable about certain things.
Oh,
but you still did them.
Still did them to the best of my abilities, but
Yes, absolutely. Random camera op for podcasts is just fine. Yeah. The thing I have not done has been good about getting a producer for the show, but anyways, that's another story. What was I talking this segment? How about this thing? Or should I do this after the break? So
No, do it
I hold in my
now,
hands the CD edition of the World Wrestling Federation Superstars WrestleMania the Album. It's got such stars on the front as The Undertaker, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, some Macho Man, Big Boss Man, the Nasty Boys, Tatanka, and Bret Hart here. What you don't see on the front, as also featured, is Mr. Perfect in a song, and I think that's about it as far as individuals. So, there's a little bit back. So first of all, thank you to Joe Dabrowski. He was posting some CDs he's offering, and I was like, please hold the WrestleMania the Album for me. And he's like, I that is a long sought over CD. The story, and it's not a long story, but it was sad to me. I had one record store in my tiny town, and actually it's the town over from my tiny town, and they did not carry WrestleMania the Album because I was very excited to, like, I'm going to go get WrestleMania the Album. I don't get a lot of albums, right? So, you know, and they did not carry it. I think I was looking for a cassette tape at the time. So, and I have not, you know, just like I went to get the John Cena album and never ended up acquiring it because they didn't have it at the record store at the mall, you know, a bit away. And, you know, I can't go 20 miles away all the time when I'm 15 years old. So, anyways, or whenever that's, wait, actually, no, that was like the 2000s. Oh, whatever. Anyways, I've had bad luck with WWE albums is what I'm trying to say here. So finally I've acquired a physical copy, and on the way back from MMA, because Joe Dabrowski actually got to do 247 MMA, which we got to have him on to talk about that, which will be on 22 The Point in the near future, by the way. So putting that out there. But I love we picked up the CD. We were afraid to put the CD in our car because we haven't used the CD player in ages, and it's like a 5-disc changer, and you know it's mechanical, and we haven't used it in like 10 years. So yeah, we're not gonna lose my CD in the car. So she went and found all this stuff on YouTube Music and made a playlist, and we listened to most of the album on the way home on Saturday night. And let me tell you, I have not heard most of this. I mean, obviously, I think most of us have heard the WrestleMania song. Maybe you've been fortunate enough to hear the SummerSlam Slam Jam. But the Speaking from the Heart by Randy Macho Man Savage was a special treat, as well as I'm Perfect by Mr. Perfect. Most of these songs, the Nasty Boy Stomp, Bret the Hitman Hart, never been a right time to say goodbye is his song.
Oh, I remember that song.
These, for the most part, are wrestling promos over music and sometimes other people, unnamed people singing. Also, as pointed out to me by Joe Dabrowski, this album, there's no credits on this album, by the way. There's absolutely 0 credits on this album for anybody. Why would nobody credit anybody for this album on the artwork? This is incredible. But apparently produced by Simon Cowell.
What?
Really?
that is I have heard that before, and Joe had reiterated it to me. So I don't. And I know we've had like years later they had another wrestlers singing their own songs album.
WWE Originals.
WWE Originals, which is another classic. Well, there was more actual singing, I think, happening in that one too, right? So
you better do not tell me that Rikishi can't sing, Sorg.
Wasn't he more rapping? I thought.
No, his song was put a little ass on it.
I'm more fond of Kurt Angle's I don't suck. I don't suck. Yeah.
Because we also had Lillian Garcia and I think and Stacy Keibler too.
I think Stacy Keibler, yeah. This was Simon Cowell was a executive producer on this. And it was a Britain's famed stock Outkin Waterman songwriting group was the ones that worked on this album. This is an RCA Records Arista one. Jeez. And of course, the instrumental from the WrestleMania song was used from WrestleMania 10 through 14, and was also the song that was on most of the DVDs when you bought like the WrestleMania box set around WrestleMania 21. I think it included 21 as a bonus disc. So that's the singles off of this. The singles off of this are the Slam Jam, the SummerSlam Slam Jam, the WrestleMania, and USA by Hacksaw Jim Duggan. By the way, number 71 on the USA was number 71 on the UK singles chart.
On the UK
the UK's.
Wow, there's a lot of anywhere it charted was the UK. WrestleMania got the 14 on the UK chart. The Slam Jam got to number 4 on the chart, certified silver by the British phonographic industry in the UK. What? What is this? Yeah, that's right. Linda McMahon used to come out to the WrestleMania theme as well. This is wild. It is the third studio album by the World Wrestling Federation. Hold on, wait, because I know that Pile Driver. Wait, Pile Driver, the wrestling album 2. I didn't know that was the wrestling album 2.
One?
There's an original wrestling album. Oh, okay. This is the one that I think I've seen most of the stuff from, like Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. This is the cover to it.
Yeah,
It's the one
I remember that.
it's the one with like all of them standing there and Jesse Ventura. I don't even know if Hogan's in this. They gotta have Hogan in this. And then Pile Driver was the other one. Jeez, that's incredible. This one, Rick Derringer. Oh yeah, because produced it, of course, of the Hulk Hogan. Yeah, they produced Hulk Hogan's theme, which was used for Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling cartoon. Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
And of course,
Tutti-
Real American.
Gene Okerlund singing Tutti Frutti.
I just can't imagine. I always think back to, like, I've been talking a lot about how I think backstage at wrestling shows is really the Muppet Show, and I just can't imagine, like, things are so I think things were definitely a lot more uniform over the last 20 years of WWE. Let's say from the Attitude Era on. But just thinking about how bonkers it probably was, I look at the old TNT show that they used to do, Tuesday Night Titans. You see some of these promos. You see, like, what is the mindset? Like, how did it work? I just had this, like, vision when I'm listening to this WrestleMania the Album CD of just, like, what are the meetings like that says, okay, we're going to do a thing where the wrestlers sing. And I know this is not like a new thing. What was the Wrestle Rock show, right? Where they did this. Like the wrestlers, and I know it's a crossover of the rock and wrestling era and all that stuff, but it's just like, man, we're going to do Land of a Thousand Dances.
How did Junkyard Dog sing Grab Them Cakes?
Grab them cakes. Listen, it was the 80s, and
you could get away with a lot in the 80s.
They had a lot of writers on that one, too. Holy jeez.
Junkyard Dog probably got a
Wait. Grab Them Cakes is a 1981 obscure rap song by Captain Chameleon. What the hell? Who also recorded Jive Ol' Foo, which was covered on the Pile Driver album under the title Jive Soul Bro, which I believe is Slick's entrance theme. Right?
Jive Soul Bro, it is.
What is this? Man, I want a documentary just on WWF music of the 80s and 90s. I really do. Hopefully unauthorized.
Is this going to be Jimmy Hart and whatever his name is, John Johnson jumping problem? I forget what his name is.
Jim Johnson.
Jim Johnson.
Johnston, yeah.
John Johnson was the one.
We're gonna get John, and we're gonna get Jimmy Hart, and we'll go from there. By the way, WrestleMania the Album was in 1993, was followed by WWF Full Metal the Album, and this is not as later as this isn't the one with Stone Cold and stuff like that.
No, this is the one.
This is like it's got Gold Dust, and is this got Jeff Jarrett on it?
I think this is the Jeff Jarrett.
It's got Jeff Jarrett.
Jesse James.
It's got Sexy Boy. Hakushi has a theme on here. Heart Attack.
Young Rizz wore that cassette tape out.
Oh yeah.
Out. Like it was gone.
There's an alternate cover of WWF Champions, the album. Full Metal Edition? Okay. That might
Here's
be...
Full Metal, the album.
Oh, that was the 1996 reissue, apparently. The cover art for the original Full Metal album is terrible. And then we get into our WWF The Music Volume 2s and 3s and all that kind of stuff. So, man, this is some throwback stuff here. So let's not bring up Reckless Intent, Forcible Entry, and the Anthology album.
Nope.
Yeah.
You got Diesel Blues. You got King Mabel, 1, 2, 3 Kid, Gold Dust, Smoking Guns, Psycho Sid.
Now, Volume
You-
4 was my jam
Yeah.
because I feel like that is the most listenable WWF album that they've done.
Is that the one
between-
that starts with Sonny?
I don't know. No, it's got Break the Walls Down with Jericho, No Chance in Hell, Test, D'Lo Brown, Christian, got an Undertaker Ministry theme, The Rocks Know Your Role,
Corporation.
Edge, Corporation, and it's got Oh Hell Yeah performed by H Blocks. The H Blocks era of WWE music is my favorite era. This like dirty fucking rap rock thing we did in the late 90s was like, that's what No Chance in Hell is, right? I think that's an H Blocks thing. Like that's my stuff. That's my stuff. Yes, Volume 5 is the one with the pie on it. Although Aggression was before that, which was the rap album.
I remember the rap album.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was fun. Like
it was fun. It was fun.
Wait,
but
was it the rap album or what? It wasn't just the rap album. It was like they have bands that like known bands doing WWE songs.
This was
'Cause it was
mostly
the King of
no. This was
It was
Method
King
Man,
Rock,
Run
dude.
DMC, Cool Keith, and ODB.
It was Disturbed doing
Red
So
Man.
Cold.
No, that's
Right?
not
No?
these yet. That's Forcible Entry.
That's
You're
not that
thinking.
Oh, that's for okay.
Yeah.
East Siders, R.A. Rugged Man, Badass and Techniac.
Oh,
Technique.
damn. Yeah, okay,
Ice-T, Mystical and Razkaz, Mac 10, Boo Capone. Like this is straight rap.
What was that album called that you're talking about right now?
Aggression. Aggression.
WWF
And then we had the one with the pie that started including Motorhead songs.
There it is.
All right.
Yep.
And then we had
Which-
Forcible Entry, probably an unfortunate name for an album. But
They
it's
knew what they were doing.
they unfortunately, it was. I mean, this is bra and panty era, so this Then we went into the anthology. So that's the one.
I'm downloading this album and
Forcible
rocking the fuck
Entry
out.
has the Rolling Limp Bizkit, Disturbed, Glass Shatters, Creed for the
Creed.
Backlash 2002 theme song,
Creed.
Young Grown Man, Legs by Kid Rock for Stacy Keibler, The Game by Drowning Pool, Marilyn Manson doing Beautiful People because that's a SmackDown theme, Breaking Point doing One of a Kind, Rob Zombie Never Gonna Stop for Edge. So
Night of Rango.
Break the Walls Down performed by Seven Dust, Turn the Tables by Saliva for Dudley Boys. High, heavy, man, heavy, Saliva, that's when Saliva started doing like 12 songs for them. Dope is on here doing No Chance. Jeez.
That was a good remake.
Lita's theme song, which I think is still edited. If everybody knows where to get an unedited version of that, because they definitely bleep some stuff on there. Finger 11 does So Chemical for Kane. Is this the one that does the whatever Our Lady Peace song for Benoit was like my favorite rendition. So Union Underground Across the Nation, hell yeah, that still pops up in my playlist. So sometimes I get on these wrestling themes.
Is that the intro? Is that the Raw intro? The drugs. The one that just yells the drugs in the WWE song.
Yeah. And there's still stuff they bleep in there. So move to the music,
Yeah, play the fucking music.
Yeah.
The music, yeah.
Anyways, well, now that we've badly renditioned a lot of these songs and went down the member berries for that, what was your favorite WWEF album, or were you a WCW Mayhem?
Oh God, bro.
No.
Okay, you know what? I liked. Now, I was partial to the WWF CDs because I remember I would go to the a CD store in Natrona Heights when I was a kid,
Excuse me.
and they would have all the WWF the albums, and I would have them all.
Mhm.
And I remember being a kid, play that song, come walking through the hallway, doing like the Austin strut or like trying to be the Rock or, shit like that. So it's hard to decide, but now that I'm looking back on it, let me go to YouTube. Shit. Like I didn't even know Aggression existed.
Really?
I didn't even know this album was a thing. until you
Oh,
just-
pull that on you. What do you go?
I'm on YouTube right now, brother. I saved it.
You got YouTube? Okay. You have
Yeah.
like Spotify or something? Like you got any services or anything?
Oh,
They're
yeah,
on
yeah.
there.
So I'm gonna listen to that.
Like,
But I was partial to the WWF the album
Mm-hmm.
with a really lousy art, but that was the beginning of my wrestling days.
Yep.
So that was the album that I first had, and I also had the ECW album where they had to cover all the songs because they couldn't get the rights to the
Yep.
songs.
Yep. I've seen that across. I'm just like, oh, that's weird. I don't think I want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when one time I picked up what I thought was a Kiss album, but it was everybody covering Kiss,
Yeah.
including Garth Brooks doing "Hard Luck Woman,"
Mm.
which actually is pretty tremendous.
Is it?
Yep. DX. So you haven't lived until you're on the last hour of an 8-hour round trip run to Chicago, and in the last hour, you're just going to put on the D-Generation X Run DMC song and listen to the Kings of Rock, and Joe Dabrowski knows every fucking word.
Of course he does.
Don't-
I got to see it for myself.
You did.
When
You
we
did.
were coming back from that show from West Virginia,
Yeah,
and he did that, and I popped like fucking mad.
it's
Because
great.
you're like, it's time, Joe, and he's just like, okay, and I'm like, the fuck is going on? And he just says word for word. I'm just like, yeah, dude. I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good time.
It's that and
Speaking of WCW Mayhem, I had that album as well, and for the life of me, I have never heard Sting come out to Seek and Destroy,
No, not that I remember.
or Goldberg coming out to Megadeth.
They might have done that. Megadeth was on Nitro one time.
They were on once,
Yeah.
but they made an entire entrance song for Goldberg.
Why is Primer 55 loose on here? Who did that? Like, this is so. I don't remember how many weird things.
Wait, was Limp Bizkit on Mayhem too?
I don't. Were they? Yes, they were. Faith remix. Faith featuring yeah. Faith was on there.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
And the Rap is Crap.
Yep.
That
was an interesting time.
Oh, it was.
Wasn't it? Remember?
Oh, it wasn't.
Master P was on Nitro for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Everybody was on Nitro.
They kind of were. They kind of were.
They were on. They were on Nitro, and they all were part of the NWO.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just point out somebody in there in the NWO.
I'm pretty sure Rizz was in the NWO at one point.
Pretty sure. Well, we'll talk about his NWO days here in a moment. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick break and be right back.
We crown for the first time ever.
And a combined weight of 400.
Oh, and it's court because of that cut. Oh, shooter statue.
Choke slam.
My goodness.
Oh,
Wait.
what's going on
Here
here?
comes
Oh!
to
Well, we'll find out here in this match.
has him up. Oh my God, the power. Oh, God, not a fun one. Superplex. Oh my goodness, DDT into a fake two. Throws away. Oh wait, he just hit him with the belt.
Representing the main event.
Gannon Jones Jr. is in their head. Taking him up. Oh no, wait.
Suplex.
The man dime.
Oh.
He missed that clothesline. And now has him
Oh.
body the foot of Gannon Jones Jr. Ooh, right in that.
And we all know and love. It's about tonight.
Oh wait, back body drop to the top. Takes them both out. Oh, catches him. Oh, see the makeover. Here he goes. He had his own partner. Picks him up. Catches him. Gannon Jones Jr. raising those titles with pride.
All right, HL Supreme making his way to the ring. This is history in the making here in Worthington, Pennsylvania. John McChesney on his way to the ring. Tough Luck has been an event for the ages so far tonight. Go for it. Suplex and a beauty.
Agility though.
Has him up. Oh my God.
Bow and arrow.
He has that bow and arrow.
Full body into that turnbuckle. Big splash. Not exactly all gear.
And flying double knee. Here comes Supreme up. Oh! Northern Lights! Power slam and a beauty! Aspects of the ring has him. Oh, he misses him! Supreme was avoiding this big super kick. This could be it. And still your top prospect champion, Big League John McChesney. Now McChesney actually showing HL Supreme some respect here. I mean, this is the first time in history these men have fought. We'll see you next month, folks.
We are back, Wrestling Mayhem show. Ronnie Starks is here. The Rizz is here as well. And AEW, so they do things. There was a Battle of the Belts this weekend. There was, I can't remember. I just watched it like last night. But it was a lot of wrestling. But it was very, very good. Apparently the House of Black is just beating everybody up now. Apparently everybody's got beef with everybody. Hey, it's wrestling. No, it was a fun show. It was a fun 3-hour show that I had to watch over 2 days. But I'm appreciating these Battle of the Belts, but they always feel a little weird to me. But I also remember this is like a Clash of the Champions kind of concept that they basically brought back. So that's fine, you know. We did get by the way, we did get 2 ladies matches through the course of Saturday. So
Don't say that.
between Collision and Battle of the Belts. So technically I count as 1 3-hour show.
It's a show. It's fine.
It's a show. It's fine.
It's the same thing. ROH is the same thing as AEW now, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be something.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Did anything strike you? Anything of AEW got your attention this past week?
Apparently, everybody was talking about Edge and Ricky Starks. I didn't see the promo, but people said it was awkward. Or
What
something.
is this shoot promo? It's not the one where he called like Starks like a vanilla rock or something, is it?
Yeah, there was that.
Is that
and then
is there another one?
it was the same one. So after that, I think there was a bit of a miscommunication because Ricky Starks then he made an over the edge joke. And I think I think Edge probably took that, or Adam Copeland probably took that as like, because a lot of people are saying that's because that's the pay-per-view where Owen died.
Yeah, it is. So that was a rough reference for them.
Even though it probably wasn't even a reference to that.
I didn't even think about it because I remember him saying that. And he was like, "Oh no, he's just saying the name in a clever way."
Yeah.
So we're not having beef over this crap, are we?
No,
that's
we're
so
not.
like. Do people think there's beef, or has there been word of beef happening?
Word. I think it's a work of beef.
A work of beef, a side of beef, this is not a full meal, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
As the original Starks of wrestling, I would never make an Owen Hart reference. But
no, I completely doubt he would, especially since the guy won the Owen Hart Foundation Championship. I would really hope he wouldn't. So, but anyways, I don't know. Is this what? Sorry.
They're looking for something. Like,
No. This is
that's what fans do. They always look for something stupid.
yeah.
Because everybody always wants to nitpick. Everybody wants to be angry about something.
It's not the it's not the fans. It's the bloggers that are like news people.
Yeah.
The pretend to be news people.
News people.
Yeah.
This is
And
not going to
not
turn
like
into
Matt
a fist
Harlan's,
fight
but, like,
in front of
it's-
Tony Khan at Gorilla. This is not.
Yeah.
This is not one of those kinds of things. So that's fine. Jeez, if that's the worst we can get out of this. So
Yeah.
no, that's fine. I have found myself watching Fuego del Sol videos today.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
He is pretty. And he's doing he's talking about like what they're the ones where he's talking about what happened to him. I watched a little bit of the one where he's like giving his thoughts on people that he's worked with and things like that. And by the way, I don't think he was like I checked the big ones like Bucks and Punk and Tony Khan, and he's not like railing at anybody or anything like that. But I love him and has anybody else seen Maven popping up on YouTube a lot lately?
Yeah.
What I have not watched some of this stuff, but I see it pop up all the time. And like Maven came out of nowhere with this YouTube presence. Is somebody advising these guys on this kind of thing? Because he's doing videos that look like the Wired videos where they like do the Google search Q&A thing. Like what is happening here with all these guys?
It's the age of the internet.
It's the age of the internet.
Yeah, they discovered the internet. Suddenly they're like, "Hey, I'm back."
Are they just learning from each other, or is somebody like advising them on how to do YouTube?
I don't know.
This is like, you know how JR had their podcast, had his podcast, and then Jericho had his podcast.
Yeah, so this
and
is
Jarrett has his podcast.
BTE did their thing. Sammy Guevara's doing his thing. Ethan Page has done his
Ethan
thing,
Page
and
has done
now
thing.
you know,
and then it's morphing into like it's even morphing into Twitch because I know I know Masse and
is on there. Yeah.
Mansois are both doing things because
And they're hilarious.
pop up
And they keep popping up on Botchamania too.
Yes. Like they just talk about wrestling, like what happened backstage.
Yeah. And you're
and-
just like, man, these guys are like, I never got to see these guys like be like open characters. Like Mansoor is like a freaking awesome like character and personality. Like, why are we not doing anything with these guys? Right? Or is it just, did it not come out except for on Twitch? I really hope they hit Impact. I really hope they do, hit NWA, something that they can shine. Because I feel like those guys can go do something like an Eli Drake thing and can find their next level, right? So I really do.
I'm still waiting for their, run and enjoy.
Yeah, seriously, enjoy wrestling. Yes, get the Maximum Male Models in there. Come on. What are you doing? They don't really get a lot of ex-WWE guys. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I do need to state a retraction from last week's show. Shut up, Jeff. Anyways, I need to save this Roomba really bad. Okay.
How do you spell Jeff, Sorg?
Just Jeff. Jeff.
Jeff?
Just Jeff. Jeff
Not
Roomba.
G-E-O-F-F?
No, like G off.
No.
Not
That's
G-off?
that's the asshole way to do it.
Well, it's your.
I knew a G off.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Jeff Keighley.
Anyways. Andersons. I owe the Andersons an apology.
Mhm.
Because I think I stated last week that the Andersons became honorary bloodline members when they met Jacob Fatu a few weeks ago. That is false. Jacob Fatu is now an Anderson. So, and I will hopefully have them on the show in the near future to tell the story. But it is incredible. And I think we even had Rizz, didn't you put on the title for World Series on Friday?
Yeah, I put it on there that they were dedicating this match to their third brother, Jacob.
Yeah. So there you go. By the way, Rizz, you were there for helping us with graphics. Obviously, having a great old time with the World Series here, 880 Wrestling World Series. There was a scoreboard. There was I knew we did something right putting the person who actually watches and enjoys baseball on the graphical system. And hold on, let me get these graphics up for you so I can show these off. You can watch these for free. It's on YouTube. It's on the network.
Now,
it's on Twitch for a little bit.
I did have help. The producer of 880 Wrestling, of course, helped me out with that one. Whomever that is. But yeah.
You can see the graphics here on here. Let me go pull it off full screen. You see, we had a scoreboard through the night. So they did a very team Dangerous Knights crew, which is David Lawless's crew, and Team 880 Wrestling. And through the night, you see we have the matches are the innings. So it's the 7th match of the night. The score is 3-3. And it was a very Survivor Series brand war kind of thing. Oh, good. It's the Brandon St. James dive. So you're about to get a really cool dive here while we're at it too. Gianni's dead.
Oh, he landed.
Gianni's dead. He took a hit directly to the head. But yeah, so this is the fun stuff we do one Friday a month. And actually, this show is going to be on Thanksgiving Eve. You guys can join us up there at 880 Wrestling in New Kensington, Pennsylvania. But anyways, yeah, no, you guys had fun with this. And I still need to pull the graphic things that I talked to you about before. I think there's one here. And you guys had some perfect huggable rating. The Bear Keith Hot. So very AEW/baseball themed titles on there. So, oh, good. I didn't get to see that through the people. He cartwheeled through the crowd. Look at that. I love it. Fantastic. So we had a lot of fun there. I love these Friday shows. It's just a whole different vibe than everything else. But
the Thursday and Friday shows, if you're in Pittsburgh, it's one of the better experiences in professional wrestling.
Did you say they're doing a show on Thanksgiving Eve?
Yes.
Okay.
Making your plans.
Apparently, I just made my plans.
There you go. So, I mean, just this crowd. I mean, it's so much fun. So 64 bidding average.
Get it?
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
That was good.
Yeah.
I should have put point. No, I guess I should have put 0.64 because that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah,
I guess I could. Now I'm seeing it in person, and I'm going.
Oh, you're critiquing your stuff. You're like a real video producer.
Yeah.
I had to shoot this match AEW Dark Style since there were so many fucking bodies in my corner.
Yeah,
anyway.
And
but yeah, no, go check that out. It's free. It's some good matches, and of course we were dropping the individual matches here throughout the month. So a lot of good stuff dropping over on the IndieWrestling.us YouTube channel.
There's some good young talent in Pittsburgh.
Good young talent in Pittsburgh. The man is there. Anyways, on that, late guys. Well, first, hey, shout out to our friends feeding the guests that didn't show up tonight.
I would have showed up.
You should have showed up. Like, with it out there. I told you we had a problem with the guests. We almost had some people tried and couldn't make it, and things and schedules.
I mean, if you're offering pizza from Slice on Broadway, Sorg, I'm gonna get up so I can.
New York City style, Yins are made, Beachview, Carnegie, East End, North Hills, and so many other places across the city.
You don't like pizza? They have salads. They have hoagies.
Hoagies.
Their barbecue chicken salad is amazing. Of course, and I just did what you told me not to do. I have not tried it. I have not done that in a while during this show, by the way. But
he's been wide-eyed on this show.
Yeah, I've been staring at you now.
I'm the only one who's dozed off probably 3 times.
Rizz is like, I'm trying not to blink for an hour and a half.
because fuck you, Sorg.
Wow.
That was I felt
that. That escalated quickly. Okay. On the ad, no less. Thanks for that. SliceOnBroadway.com before we get salty again.
What's not salty is Slice on Broadway.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, jeez. Guys, what did you learn from wrestling this week? And please hit us up in the chat room as well. Rizz, what did you learn? You had a lot of experiences.
Go. Pass.
Pass?
Pass right now.
What do you mean pass?
I need it. I need a moment, Sorg. It's like you said. I've had a lot of experiences.
I learned how much translates between pro wrestling and MMA. As I mentioned, Joe Dombrowski, I think this is his second go at it, but Joe Dombrowski, who did 247 Fighting Championship down at the Meadowlands, or the Hollywood Casino Meadowlands, I think Meadows? Sure.
In Washington, PA.
Yeah, in Washington, PA. Just south of the city here. And so I was excited to see that he's been getting involved in it, and they called him up, I think, independently. So I don't know, maybe I recommended him, I don't know, but or Moran did or something. But he's there, and basically I love that I'm listening to his commentary and hearing, if you're familiar with Joe's work, he does MLW, he does the English feud for AAA, he used to do some Ring of Honor. So I get to hear him on a pretty regular basis. Warrior Wrestling, we've had him on a bit. So I'm used to like his cadence and that kind of how do I explain it? Like that pro wrestling storytelling that happens, like the angles and the emotions of the events and stuff like that. And the MMA shows that I've worked, and I count 247 as one of the highest end ones that I do. As far as professionalism on setup and presentation and just I feel like we have a lot of things in sync when we work together. But having him on there, telling the story, the emotional thing of what's happening in the ring and the backstories of these guys is so transferable from professional wrestling. Except the story is the story. The story is real life. The story is not a angle. Although also transferable, as always seems to happen, there's somebody that's going to come out to some WWE music. Somebody has come out to the game. Somebody, at least like the last couple shows I've done, has come out to Edge's music, Metalingus, as they did this time, and we all sang along on the headsets amongst us video crew. So even at one point, I love this. The guy that won the main event there, I think he's the winningest champion or winningest fighter in 247 history with about 10 fights, and now is a double champion. I think he got the light and the featherweight. He cuts a Superstar Billy Graham promo, I do believe, in the middle of the ring, to which Joe continues to cut Superstar Billy Graham on the commentary afterwards before closing the show. So appreciated that. I'm cracking up there. I'm so happy we're mixing wrestling in my MMA. It sounds like some more of that might be happening this weekend for me. So very, very excited about that. I am, listen, I'm not like an insane MMA fan. I watch it when it's on. I do not seek it out. If it's on in a bar, mostly because of production, I will watch it. And I just love that the world is bridged there. Also, I learned that like pro wrestling, MMA also can be everywhere. Because and it's partially related. We had on earlier this evening on the Awesome Cast, we had Daniela from oh God, what's the name? I'm sorry, I just typed it a bunch of times and I can't remember right now. If you go to awesomecast.com, I can find out what it is. It's called Kloopify. It's a sustainability business to business thing. I'm not going to explain it here, but she is a purple belt in jiu-jitsu and actually performed in a MMA match in 2300 Arena. She lost by decision, but still, she did it, right? She went that far and did an actual sanctioned MMA fight. So, and we looked her up on, there's a, much like Cage Match, there's something called Tapify, something like that. There's like a, win-loss stats page, kind of like what we're familiar with Cage Match. Matches and things like that. So anyways, that's a bit of what I learned, wrestling and wrestling adjacent and sweaty dick punching adjacent as well. So there you go. Ronnie, what did you learn from wrestling this week?
What I learned from wrestling every week. There's a lot to choose from. There's a lot of great wrestling. There's a lot of great wrestlers. And instead of hating on certain places, enjoy the fact that you have these options.
Hate is gonna hate, bro. Hate is gonna hate, bro. Some people have no joy in their lives, Ronnie Starks.
Well,
and half of them are wrestling fans.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's why we try to have a very positive show here. This is a celebration of professional wrestling.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a celebration.
It's a celebration.
Woo! Raise the
Maybe we get to say this again. Fuck TNA.
What?
What?
No, why fuck TNA?
No,
There's no fuck TNA.
No, we
You can say fuck
the
TNA
Young
with a
Bucks.
smile on your face. Why would we
I
want to say
did.
fuck the Young Bucks? Why do we have a
Oh,
problem with the Young Bucks?
I ain't got no problem with the Young Bucks.
They gave everybody jobs.
I got no problem.
They're the
with Young
patron
Bucks.
saints of independent professional wrestling.
Or hey, he started it with saying fuck TNA, so I just said, excuse me, Lord Fancy Pants.
Rizz, do you need more time?
No, I learned that maybe good penmanship goes a long way to remember what names are going to be on these shows.
What?
During the pre-show
Dummy Doug?
Dummy Doug, Double Dog,
Double Dog.
Adorable Dog,
Listen,
Dog.
listen.
We were never right.
No, we weren't even close. I gotta see if I can find this. I gotta show this to people. I'm not gonna show the rest of it because I'm not gonna. Holy shit!
So I went up to the guy after the show. I went up.
Whoa, back up. Listen, when we do 880 shows, there's a whiteboard. Okay, I hope I'm not breaking any rules here. There's a whiteboard. The matches get written out. A lot of times people come in, we don't know who they are, right? And then in this case, there were literally 10 people in this match. Okay. And at least a couple of them were brand new to us, right? So we're trying to figure it the fuck out, right? Oh, that's the one for last Thursday, Rizz. That's not the right one. So we go and look at this board, and I tell you what, this is I'm gonna look at this line here, and this isn't even a final because there's only 4 people in this. I want to cut to this here. Okay, so I say Dior. We know Dior Castro, and I think that's Zeke there. Alex Melee, and then what the fuck is happening here? Derber Doug?
Dental.
Durham. I think
Dan.
I looked at it and I had
Dental
somebody beside
Dan.
me. I was like, I think his name's Doug.
Yeah.
I think his name's
Hi, I'm Doug.
I think his name's Denable Doug. You know, and we just kind of shrugged at each other and moved on. And I said, "This is Rizz's problem. This is Rizz's problem right here."
It's like
Says
dental.
I just realized like
You got the whole entire card.
I realized the whole thing's on the other side too. I'm
But
sorry.
it doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah,
but-
I was zoomed in and not paying attention, but
but
there we go. I
like,
should have done that.
I went up to Terrible Dog,
Did we figure him out?
who by the way has one of the best gifts of the week. As part of one of the best gifts of the week with Brohemoth. He's like a superhero that's skinny and was the heel of the group. Was a heel in the group, which is weirdly fascinating to me. But he was cool with it. He is now Double Dog because we thought his name was Double Dog. So yeah, this is. Oh no, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, let's start from the beginning. I'm sorry about that. There you go.
Like just the fuck at the beginning is.
He looks like the kid from Kick-Ass.
He does. I think that's what he went with.
But if he didn't figure it out.
Yeah.
So did he realize he was just screwed?
Yeah.
That was I think this was the actual finish of the
I think it
match.
is the finish too. Yeah. I was like, oh, the skinny superhero that we've never seen before is going to take the pin. Okay, I got that.
Seems about right.
Well, yeah, that seems about right. My God, 3,500 views. Holy shit. Oh man, I love it. True Prince Pro. Can't say enough about Matt out there. Everybody should follow him. He's like our unofficial he's our unofficial promotions for 880 wrestling streams. Tina says, what I learned is I need Bounty Hunter versus the American Dragon on my screen or live in person. Yes. So, and I'll get to our second thing. Tom's Customs posted a Defy wrestling graphic. And I saw the promoters responding to it, so we'll see what happens. They get Moxley. Why can't they get Why can't they get Brian? It's in his like backyard, right? So, also learned that there needs to be more transparency in wrestling sponsorships. I need to know more. Tell me more about that.
Yeah,
okay, Facebook group. I'll pull this up so you guys can see the graphic in question. I don't know what I don't know about the sponsorship situation. I saw people railing against the idea that fans were sponsoring matches, and how that feels a little weird, maybe.
Yeah,
somebody probably didn't like back.
There's a
background
certain thing. Oh my, whoa! There's actually a promo for it.
Yeah.
Wait, is it happening? Or did he respond to this?
No, that was the.
It's
that
Brian,
was the bounty hunter.
It's Brian. Yeah, it's Bounty Hunter. It says, "It's no surprise I've been following you for a long time, Dragon. Can I get your autograph?" And then the video's in here too. So, yeah. So I'm curious about that.
And it's getting picked up by Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy.
Sammy
Well, Keith has
Guevara.
been. I mean, Keith's been at Brian Keith's been at AEW at least twice now, on the main shows. So that's he's got a wanted poster for him too. That's great. Make it happen. It happen. Brian Keith is one of those definitely represented on AEW, but could definitely you should seek out his not squashy matches on there.
Let me see. I think he might be.
He was on Warrior the last show we did up in South Bend. So he took on Santana. Santana. So go check that out. That is also on Fight Under Fight Plus. The response to Dragon mentioned him on the Wrestle Dream Scum. Oh, okay. So Brian had actually called him out on there. Not called him out, but mentioned him. So that's cool. Cool.
Also, watch the Grizzled Young Veterans intro video back to the Indies.
Ooh. Can you grab that and throw it in the Facebook group for us, please?
Yep.
Okay. We have a new chat. I don't know if I like it yet.
It's interesting.
It's interesting. We're going to try to play with it. Maybe we'll do some stuff during live shows. You guys can chat over pay-per-views and stuff. But there's a Wrestling Mayhem show group chat. I don't know how you get to it. I honestly don't know. I created it.
I get notifications.
You get notifications. I think if you're in a
weird.
group, you get notifications. You can mute those if it gets too crazy. I think I will. I think I'll end up muting it, to be honest. I don't know. But we're playing with that. It's a new thing they're providing, and we'll see what's going on with that. And also, did you guys get an invite to the WWE broadcast channel this week?
Yeah.
So I'm really curious. I feel like it's like the TikTok ones for Payback, because I was getting that when I was sitting there at the show last month when I was here in town. So, but I didn't know if that was a locational thing or just because I follow WWE. So there's that. Guys, thank you so much. Ronnie, I understand you returned to the X, the owl.
I am on the X. You can find me at that damn Starks. And also this Sunday, if it's okay if I plug this,
No.
this Sunday we have me and a few friends, we have a brand new podcast that we're starting up. It is called That Horror Show. And we are going to talk about all things horror movies and horror related.
Excellent.
Yes.
Go check that out. Please, tag me and I'll share it, all right?
Oh.
And of course, the Rizz plays games on most social medias.
Yes, I might actually do some streaming. I'm not sure. I'm still in the first act of Baldur's Gate 3. It's a pretty long haul of like a normal D&D session, but it's gonna get there.
You know what I got into?
Eventually.
I can't stream it the way I have it set up because I'm already streaming it to my TV. I finally set up Stream Link on the computer, and I've been playing the Walking Dead Telltale series that I started the first episode like 10 years ago.
Those are good.
And finally,
Those are good.
And finally finished the second episode. So
those are good. The anything with Telltale.
Oh, absolutely. I've done Back to the Future and I've done the Batman series. So
yeah,
I played
also do the Wolf Among Us.
The Wolf Among Us, which I think is on Game Pass last night, or maybe I have it through Gold or something like that.
I don't think
it's the perfect
on Game
thing.
Pass.
If you have something to stream to like your bedroom or something, it's a perfect thing to just kind of sit there and instead of just watching a show, like it's slow motion, so if the stream's not great, you're not missing any action, and it looks nice on my TV, running from an old computer, that can run that. So I'm catching up on some of my old games here now that I got that set up on most of the stuff in my house now. So no.
Can I go back for a little bit here, Sorg? Because I was just like in my fog just now. I was looking here and I still had the WCW Mayhem playlist on here, and I saw American Made, but in my head I read, which is the best theme entrance music ever. I thought I read American Male.
American males.
Guys, I'm at Sorgatron on all the social medias. Again, tune in this Thursday for 880 Wrestling's Thursday Night Fights. And, of course, Missy will be in Las Vegas helping out with some back-end technology for the New Japan. What is it? Fighting Spirit Unleashed, I think, over there for New Japan Pro Wrestling. I will be in East Rutherford, New Jersey for, oh, God, what is that show? I had it here. It's like MMA Pro New Jersey versus Ohio. New Jersey versus Ohio. Let me see if I can pull that up here on the Fight. Both are going to be on Fight TV if you want to check that out. Yep, there it is. MMA Pro. This will be the show that I'll be doing out there. A little bit of MMA, 10 big fights, I understand. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. Looks like we're going to stream the weigh-ins at 4 o'clock on Saturday. So it's going to be fun to work with a new crew and a couple familiar faces that I think I've worked on some other shows before. So that'll be from the Hilton Meadowlands in East Rutherford, New Jersey. I know we have some friends in New York City, so maybe it'll be a good, maybe I'll have to reach out to our friends at New Fear City and see if we can hang out, because I think I'm close. I'm pretty sure. So there's that. So thanks so much, everybody, for everything. We're going to be doing a Patreon, I think. I'm going to see how Stark's Hocus Pocus experience was and tell him something very disappointing about myself. We'll see you guys next time. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at Sorgatron Media.